afternoon, everyone. We are live on Maturing with COA, and I am really excited today because I'm going to have a great conversation with Rebecca Dawson, who is one of our River House Presents instructors, and she teaches a very popular class, which has now gone on to Zoom, which is called Chair Yoga. Hi, Rebecca.
Hi, Carolyn. I'm so happy to be here today with the River House Presents.
Yes, yes. We want to, first of all, thank you so much because when COVID caused the closure of River House, the temporary closure of River House, we were sort of looking for ways always, which is what we do at COA, to serve seniors in the community, and knowing that people were basically quarantining and participants who are used to, growing and learning and having a great time at River House. We really wanted to reach out to them. So I reached out to our instructors, and you were one of the first people to respond. And ever since March, you have been holding your chair yoga class on Zoom.
That's right. Yes. And 10:30 on every Wednesday, you can click on the button and we'll have a wonderful class. And it's great. And everybody loves it.
Yeah, they do love it. And I know that every week I send out about 65 invitations for the people who have requested to participate in the class. And it's very popular.
Yes.
And we have never met. So it's
No.
really great to meet you. But first of all, just thank you so much for the service that you're providing. And normally I know that you're a professional yoga instructor. So I do want everyone to know that all these months, Rebecca has been serving our community for free and basically as a volunteer. And so really, thank you so much for supporting everybody in this it's been a hard time. Especially for our seniors.
It has been a hard time for them. And if they can have a little break in their isolation, I'm happy to provide that for them. And I'm very happy to offer the class. So you're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
I thought maybe we could start by asking, how long have you been teaching at River House?
At River House, well, I started in 2019 teaching at River House.
Okay, so it's been a couple of years.
Yeah.
And do you just, in the past, did you just teach chair yoga, or did you teach other things?
I did teach a Pilates class as well. I taught 3 chair yogas a week and then 1 Pilates class.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a lot of classes.
Yeah, was.
And Pilates, that takes a lot of training too, doesn't it?
Yes, I'm trained in that as well.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that leads me. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
It's a very good complement to the yoga.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yes. Yeah. Well, do you mind telling us how you got interested in yoga?
Oh, sure. I was looking at to get a balance between my personal life, my work life, and my emotional life. So when I started, I was working full time. And I just felt like I was running all over the place. My emotions were sky high. And so I decided to take a yoga class. And right away, as soon as I took my first class, I was kind of hooked on it, because you get that way, your body feels so wonderful, and your emotions seem to balance out. You tend to be more calmer. It strengthens your muscles, and you just feel great. So after that first class, I was hooked, and then I wanted to pursue it as a yoga teacher.
Okay.
So I took my 500 with Gary Kraftstow. He is an internationally known yoga therapist, and he actually was very fortunate to study himself in India.
Wow.
I was very fortunate to study under his tutelage. So it's with the American Veni Yoga Institute, and he is the head of that. And so after I got my 500 hour, that means you're an experienced registered yoga teacher. Then I had 2 more years of yoga therapy. And then I got my therapist certification in 2015.
Wow. So it's called therapy. Do you work with people? Is it physical therapy? Is it emotional therapy?
Yeah, so I'll explain what yoga therapy is. A lot of people don't know that term,
Well,
right?
before we do that,
Uh,
would you describe your concept of what yoga is?
Oh, yes, sure. And a lot of people don't understand that is, well,
Right.
yoga, it means union.
Oh,
That's what the word means, union. So it's union, mind, body, and breath. So the union of that is yoga. And it also means yoke, Y-O-K-A. So that is the definition of yoga. What it is breath and movements together combined makes the asana practice. Asana is the name for yoga poses in Sanskrit. So the combination of the breath and movement is what yoga is.
okay. And what are the benefits of this practice?
Oh, there is so many benefits. So I just wrote a little down here, especially for seniors, strengthening the bones so they don't get osteoporosis. That's one of the big benefits for seniors. Reduce stress, improved sleeping habits, enhanced balance, and another one for seniors, a big one, enhanced balance,
Yes.
flexibility, and mobility. It lessens the risk for depression, especially now when they're in isolation during this COVID crisis. Alleviates aches and pains, improves their respiration, maintains a balanced metabolism. It also is good for weight maintenance or weight reduction, depending on what you want. Not necessarily have to reduce your weight, but it's great for maintenance, weight maintenance. Cardio and circulatory health, improved athletic performance, and protection from injuries such as falls, where seniors are prone to more falls. That's why it's so good with their balance. So that's just a couple of them.
Yeah.
And overall mental health as well as a big one. That's a very big one. So
say you have arthritis or you have difficulty getting up off of the floor. Can you still get the benefits of yoga?
Yeah, it's very good for arthritis. And that's one of the things we do in yoga therapy. When we have individual private sessions, we work with these things and we have set goals that we develop with the client to address their issues, whatever issues they might have, so they get the results they want.
Okay. So what could you tell us about yoga therapy now and what that involves and what the goals of that are?
Yes. Yoga therapy is more of an adaptive approach to yoga. So it's not something that you go to a group class for. So it's more of a one-on-one. I mean, you could do a group class, but everybody would have to have the same issue. Like you could do a group class for backs, neck, shoulders, but they'd have to have the same issue. Otherwise, you have, you're adapting to the person's skeletal system, what they need. Some people are asymmetric. You'd have to do a whole analysis of their body, and then you make goals with them to see what they want, whether their main thing is to get flexibility, whether they want to heal an injury, an old injury, whether they have PTSD, mental issues, emotional stuff going on. It's good for a wide range of circumstances.
That's great. So if you have a specific injury, are you able to see people in person now, or are you able to meet with people on Zoom if they were interested in some kind of yoga therapy?
Yes, I would definitely be able to, if they feel comfortable, I would be able to meet with them at their homes in person if they're feeling comfortable with that. Otherwise, we could do a session on Zoom. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Well, so it sounds like, I mean, do you recommend that people ask their doctor if they can do chair yoga?
Well, that is a consideration. If they are on any kind of medication, then they would definitely need to ask their doctor. Yes.
Okay. I know I see that frequently when I look at people running classes that they want to make sure people check with their doctor.
True. Yeah, it's just a precaution. But
well, And so chair yoga is special because why? What's different about chair yoga compared to regular yoga?
Well, chair yoga is great for people who can't get up and down off of the mat. And that's basically why they do it in the chair. Now, my chair yoga class, I use little weights. I use 2 to 3 pound weights.
Okay.
Now you can do the whole class without them. You don't even need them. So the exercises I do, you could do with or without the weights, but I use them for strengthening in the arms. And actually during my chair yoga, we do some standing poses. We do some standing warriors, but we hold on to the chair while we do the poses.
Okay.
So we are getting a lot of strengthening in the legs too, and the back, and head, neck. We work with lateral stretches. So it's pretty comprehensive. I try to get every single part of the body when I do the practice.
Oh, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that people really, really love your class because they communicate with me.
Well,
And I wanted to share just a few things that that people have said about your chair yoga class.
cool.
So this is from Patricia. I told everybody I'm only going to use their first names. And she says, Rebecca's yoga work on the COA channel has meant a lot to me because of COVID-19. I am now able to practice from home because of Becky's time and effort. That's what Patricia said. And this is from Kathy. She said, chair yoga is one of the best exercises programs I have done. Chair yoga works on balance, and as you age, balance is so very important.
Mm-hmm.
Chair yoga provides movement in every part of your body, which prevents stiffness. Chair yoga provides peace in mind, body, and spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Rebecca Dawson is a great teacher, a great mentor. She truly loves and believes in yoga, and she is a great example with her wonderful spirit, her knowledge, and the peace she emulates at every class. And she says, I thank the River House and Rebecca for giving seniors this wonderful class of chair yoga. I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Oh, that is so sweet.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And then we have from Terry, she says, disappointment was lurking around the corner when COVID-19 raised its ugly head in our community, requiring COA to cancel chair yoga classes.
Mm-hmm.
However, Becky rose to the occasion and began doing Zoom classes from her home. She video records all classes that are then made available anytime on COA's YouTube channel. I look forward to Wednesday mornings with Becky. She brings a ray of sunshine and makes her sessions friendly, fun, and challenging. Thank you, Becky and COA. And that was from Terry.
That was nice.
And let's see. Then we have Sue. And Sue says, I would love to share my appreciation for Becky's chair yoga class. Of course, there is the obvious, that being the ability to stay in shape while our usual group classes are not meeting.
Mm-hmm.
It is so important for older people to maintain fitness. In addition, I had the complication of having to recover from a broken arm. With Becky's YouTube classes, I was able to continue my rehabilitation in the convenience of my home on my schedule on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
All factors necessary for my rehabilitation. Using weights during the classes was also key. All in all, I'm extremely grateful for the availability of Becky's chair yoga classes. Thank you, COA. So that was Sue. She says you know her as Sue.
Yes, I do.
Okay, and this is Anne. And she says, Rebecca, your class is wonderful, good for body and soul. I am from Cape Cod, Massachusetts, and spend the winter in Saint Augustine. One of my very favorite routines is leaving for the 9 a.m. yoga class that Rebecca teaches, driving over the Bridge of Lions, and arriving at the River House for her class. To me, that's the best. I'll be back soon and looking forward to more chair yoga. Lucky to have Rebecca teach via Zoom. Sincerely, Anne. And then one last one, if you don't mind. Hope you don't mind.
That's great.
I just love these. This is the last one from Mary Beth.
Oh, yes.
It says, Rebecca is an outstanding yoga instructor. Her technique is grounded, doable for me, and my whole body feels relaxed and renewed after her sessions. The Zoom sessions have been easy to follow, and her instructions are clear. She saved my body during the pandemic, and I'm so grateful to her and to COA for sponsoring her classes.
Oh, Thank you so
So I
much.
wanted to share a little of that love with you.
Oh, thank you. I do feel so loved now.
Good,
Thank you so
good.
much.
Well, hopefully it will inspire some more people to take your class.
Yes. Yes.
I wanted to ask you, so when did you start yoga? Was it a long time ago? Were you a young person? Were you in the middle of your life? Like,
I actually didn't come to yoga till middle age.
ah,
Yeah, so I have been teaching 20 years though, but it was sort of in my middle age that after I had the kids, before I was too busy with the kids, the full-time work and all that. And
yep,
then, and it was then that I started it.
okay.
So, but I still have been teaching a long time.
Yeah, no, yes. But the reason why I asked is because I was curious because the whole premise of these conversations is that as we age, we're not only growing older, we're also growing. So
Right.
that's why we talk about maturing, which, many people, even the name Council on Aging,
Yeah,
sometimes when I'm out in the community and I mention that I work for Council on Aging,
right.
the reaction sometimes that you get, even for people who are of retirement age, is like, oh, I don't need that.
Right.
Because the word aging is such a powerful word and it's perceived
Yes.
negatively a lot of times in our culture.
It's
So
stereotyped. Yes.
stereotyped,
Mm-hmm.
because we have such a focus on youth
Exactly.
in this culture. But anyway, the idea is that if you're here, you're growing.
Exactly. And there's always
So
time to learn something new. And you can do it at any age. There's no,
yeah. So
and
did you leave your work and start in yoga instruction at some point?
well, I kind of did a hybrid at first. So I was teaching, I was working full time and then teaching part time.
Right.
So, and that's how I did it for a while until then I decided, yes, I think this is what's for me and I want to do it full time. So then that's when I did that.
So that's great. And
Yeah.
that's another example of the twists and turns that maturing and growing
Right.
and ripening can make in your life and
Exactly.
make a
Yes.
turn. Yeah.
Right.
Have you always lived in St. Augustine?
No, I'm actually originally from Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Yes, we've been living in St. Augustine since 2016.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So 4 years. So are you enjoying the weather?
Oh, yes, I love it here. This is the best place for me to be.
Yep, me too.
Yeah,
Me
yeah.
too. I'm originally from New York.
Ah, so you
Yeah.
understand.
Yep.
Yes. No, I would never go back. I don't want to go back.
No, me
This is
neither.
great. This
Me
is great.
neither.
Well, we
And
first
I think, yeah, go
go
ahead.
ahead. We just first found it from the Night of Lights. The first time we came was
Really?
2515 when I wanted to see the Night of Lights, and we stayed at the
Oh,
Casa Monica, the big hotel
very
downtown.
nice.
And then after that, it was just a love fest, because all the energy that the town has, and the
Mm-hmm.
music, the art, and all these things that St. Augustine has to offer. It's just a
Yeah,
wonderful community.
it is. It really is. Did you come down multiple times, or was it just that one visit that convinced you that you wanted to wind up here?
No, and after that, then we kept coming down on vacations. And then we said, well, we really like it here, so why not stay? So we did. So that's
It's
how
a, it's a very special place. I
it
think
is.
having the college here is also key
Yes.
because it's like a sort of a bit of an academic influence and all the culture and art.
Yeah, it's a
It's really,
vibe.
really special.
It's a good
Plus
vibe.
the beautiful environment, it's just so great. I love it so much. And
Yeah.
how did you hear about River House?
My friend Sue, who gave me one of the recommendations there,
Okay.
she said the chair yoga teacher had to move and
Okay.
said opening. So that's when I came in and I met with Twyla. And then I got the job.
Oh, that's great.
Mhm.
So how has the Zoom class been going, would you say?
It's going very well. I just wanted to mention to some people, I know some people are self-conscious because you think you're going to be seen doing exercises on the screen that there is an option to turn your screen share off. So you'll just see your name, so you won't be seen during doing the exercises. So some people are a little self-conscious, but I wish more people would take advantage of that option if they don't want to be seen. You could see me, and that will be, you get everything done that way.
Yeah. Are
Yeah.
they concerned about, so if they don't want to be seen, is it that they don't want to be seen by you or by everyone else? Or is it because of the video? Because I feel like the video is mostly you.
It is mostly me. There is a view, gallery view that I can turn on, but I only turn that on at the end of class so everybody can network. After I'm done recording, I'll just turn that on. People that want to network can, but if
Okay.
they don't, they can leave or shut their screen off.
Okay.
You know?
But that sounds fun.
It is fun.
So,
They like
yeah.
it.
So
Yeah.
you get you get your chair yoga class, and then you get time to socialize a bit.
Right.
And people are really lacking that right now.
Yes.
How have you been dealing with this COVID quarantine and all that?
Well, I've been dealing pretty good. Like I said, I have my yoga philosophy. So that has helped a lot. My meditation practice has helped a lot. Yes, a lot of people are having financial difficulties and stress-related issues, and the isolation. But for me, knowing the yoga philosophy and keeping active, going outside a lot, walking, biking, getting outside, that has all helped my attitude and has a lot to do with how your outlook and
Yes.
your attitude. So yoga has just been wonderful for that for me.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. And we're really super blessed that we can go outside. I mean,
Again, we
all
are.
year, you know,
We
and
are.
that fresh air and
Yeah.
sunshine,
Yeah.
they're part of your immune system that you can easily take advantage of.
Another benefit, which I just want to say, since you mentioned immune system, yoga is very good for your immune system. I mean, I've had a cold in maybe 3 years, 4 years.
Wow.
But it is very good for your immune system as well.
That's great.
Yes.
Would you say that anything positive has come out of this crisis?
Yes.
I know you said you would say so.
I think so. I think it gave us time to reflect on what is important to us. What are the important things to us? So sit back, check in, and it was kind of nice to just relax and not having to do, just to be. And we are always trying to do things, do.
Sure.
That's on our calendar. What are we going to do today? But it's nice to just relax and just be and see how it feels to be in a state of being.
Yes.
So, and go within. And we had time to reflect on the beauty outside. And a lot of people had wonderful acts of kindness. There's been so much kindness and camaraderie in the community. It brought that out in people.
True.
You know, they want to help, and they are grateful for the people in their lives. What's important? Our relationships, the people in our lives. You know.
Yeah.
All that.
And I would say we've also had to. It's forced us to grow in directions that we might not have grown.
Exactly.
So people who never did a Zoom call now are experts.
I know, and I never did a class on Zoom. I had to learn it all, so that was growing experience for me.
Yeah. And trying new things. Hopefully, if you're stuck at home, what am I going to do? Maybe you tried something new. So River House has several instructors who have made videos. You right now are the only one who's done the live Zoom classes, Becky, but we do have several other River House instructors who've made videos, and they're all on COA's YouTube channel. So if you go to YouTube, you can just search St. Johns County Council on Aging, and you'll find our YouTube channel. And that's where we have a growing library of videos, instructional videos on Qigong, Tai Chi, your classes, chair yoga classes are up there. Some other types of fitness classes are there.
You map the brain thing.
Yes, we have
Yes.
an IMEP video about our IMEP program to keep your
Right.
brain sharp.
Yeah.
Try and counteract some of the some memory loss and issues like that by
good.
taking part in that program. We also have a new series on internet safety and phone safety, security type safety things for seniors, and that's going to be a 3-part series, and we have 2 of those videos up. So anyway, and we're doing this show, so never thought I would do this.
It's fun.
But yeah, we're going to have fun. And seeking new ways to connect with each other. So that's been a good growing experience, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
And now a lot more people know about you, which is good.
Good.
Which is good for them.
So I have more people try the class.
And more people try the class, yeah. And so
don't be afraid. I offer modifications throughout the class.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
Something's too hard, they can do the modification.
That's really good. That's important, because I know people who have tried yoga classes, and if it's just a little too tough, then they might not go back. But if you offer modifications, that'll make it easier and more comfortable for them. Yeah. So what's your take on maturing versus aging, as we were talking about? How do you feel as somebody who's involved in the maturing process and the growth process?
Okay, so this is a big question here. Okay, so to me, maturing is the word that I would use. I would never use aging. To me, I never use the word old. I never use it because it's not my vocabulary.
Yeah.
Okay. I think of myself as mature and a vibrant being. I think the book I read that influenced me about this was Ageless Body and Timeless Mind by Deepak Chopra.
Yes.
And that was written several years ago, a long time ago, but he does mention that a lot of aging has to do with what we were thought we're supposed to do, what we're thought is supposed to happen. What's supposed to happen is we're supposed to get decrepit. We're supposed to lose our bone mass. We're supposed to lose our memory. We're supposed to. This is what society has told us that happens when we age. This is not so. This is not so, because our bodies regenerate all their cells every 7 years. Every single cell in the body regenerates. So what we do with that time, how we can improve ourselves, our environment, our physical activity, our diet, we can improve it. So there's no such thing as crumpling up or getting decrepit. We can still be vibrant at any age.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so important to keep moving, to maintain a healthy lifestyle. And yoga helps you maintain a healthy lifestyle, maintain your health, maintaining your weight. Your mental health is very important. And yoga philosophy helps us with our mental health. The breathing, the meditation helps you, just see beyond the clouds, see beyond the shadows, have a better attitude.
I hear what you're saying, how sometimes we just live up to our expectations. So if our expectation is I turn a certain age, and now I'm going to, oh, that's a high number. Now I'm really going to start noticing the signs of aging, and these fears, we can actually, because we expect them, we can actually manifest them.
You're right, because that's what's expected, but we don't have to. That's the whole secret.
Right.
We don't have to. We can be vibrant at any age.
Yes, I agree. And I think of it, I like the analogy of a piece of fruit that's on a tree. The fruit on the tree is alive, and it is ripening up into the day it falls off the tree.
Exactly.
And that's the same as us. We might not be the same, but we're still growing. And I sort of believe that if we're here, we're meant to be here, and we're meant to become.
Yeah.
And that we can do that.
Well said.
Well, I'm glad to hear about yoga. I've never tried yoga, but I'm going to need to try it.
Yes, you do. You can sit in on my class.
Yeah. So I know how people can sign up for your class, so I'll just tell them right now. So if you're interested in trying Becky's class, All you need to do is email COA at info, I-N-F-O, at coasjc.org, and send us your name and your email address and your zip code. They like to collect that. It helps them. But so if we have those 3 pieces of information, then you will receive a weekly email with a Zoom link to Becky's class, which is held on Wednesday mornings at 10:30 a.m. And then after class, frequently what we'll do is download the video and post it onto the River House Presents YouTube channel. And that way, if you want, you can take the class every day. And how many days a week do you recommend that your students do the yoga class?
I would think 2 times a week would be beneficial for them, at least 2 times. So they could do my live class, and then they could do one of the videos.
Okay, all right. And I bet you people do it more often, like the lady who said she was recuperating.
I think some of them do. Yep.
Now, if people wanted to get in touch with you personally for yoga therapy, which sounds really great if you're dealing with a specific issue, physical issue or emotional, spiritual issue, and you want to use yoga to work through it, how can they contact you?
But they can contact me through my email. It's B as in Becky, then my last name Dawson, D-A-W-S-O-N, and then the @ yoga, Y-O-G-A. And then there's a dash. This is the hard part. It's size, C-I-S-E.
Okay.
C-I-S-E.
Okay, so it's B Dawson at yoga hyphen.
Yes.
C-I-S-E, is it .com?
Yep.
.com. Okay.
Yep.
And you also have a website. Is that the website?
Yeah, the website is actually yoga size #2.com.
Okay.
So it's all run together.
So there's no hyphen.
No.
Okay. Okay.
And
so the website is www.yoga, YOGACISE2.com.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So anyway, I'm glad that people know, we now know about the yoga therapy, which I haven't had to put in the newsletter, but I will now. I'll let people know about it because it sounds like a great idea. Naturally,
it is.
Work on your physical issues and overcome them.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes.
Well, I always like to ask at the end of our conversations a couple of questions that I think are interesting. If you could go back in time, Becky, and give yourself a bit of advice about life, what you think about what would you think of telling yourself when you were 18 years old?
Okay, so at 18, I would tell myself to follow your heart and never give up on your dreams. That you have the capacity for joy, and we are here for the purpose of enjoying our lives and not to struggle or try too hard. But definitely not to sweat the small stuff either.
Good advice. Good advice. Now I want to ask you a second question is, what, if you could, what advice would you give yourself at 40 years old?
Well, at 40, I would tell myself, this is only the beginning. You have many more wonderful things to experience in your life, to take advantage of every opportunity, and don't avoid the risk, to not be afraid of it, to make as many friends as you can, to help serve with the talents and gifts that have been given to you. Great
advice. Do you have any just general advice for people who are maybe people who are newly retired? What would you tell people who are newly retired?
So for those people, I would just say, make retirement what you want it to be. Choose your retirement strategy. It depends. If you need money, if you need income, then you should do something you love. Do something you're passionate about, and that will bring in some income.
Yeah.
Retirement now is a whole different thing than it was 20 years ago. Retirement is a second chance now to follow whatever makes you happy. Mm.
True.
This is the best time to create exactly the lifestyle that makes you comfortable. Just decide what you want to do and then go out and do it. Enjoy the activities and people that you love. Yeah, so
That's great advice. And what it makes me think of is that I think with age comes bravery. I think the older you, when I look back, I think, you know, things that used to intimidate me don't intimidate me anymore.
Right.
So if we could keep pushing in that direction, think about what we have the freedom to accomplish now or
Right.
take on. So
Release the fear.
yeah, we're braver. We know a bit.
Yes, we know a little bit.
A little bit. Anyway, well, I want to thank you so much. I cannot thank you enough for doing this Zoom class for the seniors of St. Johns County.
Oh,
It's just so amazing. It's such a generous gift that you've given all of us. So COA wants to thank you, and all of your students wanted to thank you too. Becky, thank you so much. And I just wanted to end by saying that if anyone out there in St. Johns County needs COA services, you can please contact us. Our telephone number is 904-209-3700. We have super friendly, warm receptionists, Martha and Barb, who can take your call Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And they are there simply to chat. If you want to touch base, find out what's going on in their world. If you have something you just feel like chatting about, they're there for you. And also COA is the best place to find information on services that you might need. We have caseworkers who know all of the resources that are out there, and you need to look no further because they will be able to point you toward the resources that you, or maybe one of your loved ones, maybe you have a loved one who needs our services. So please don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you so much, Becky. I totally enjoyed getting to know you, even though we've been working together since March.
Yes, you're welcome.
Thank you for sharing your wisdom.
Oh, thank you. You're welcome.
And I hope that a whole bunch of people get in touch with us to try your class.
I hope so.
Here, let's try something new.
Yes, let's do it. Come. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you. Have a great week. Have a great week, everybody, and we'll see you next week.
Okay.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.